This is a picture of the high school. And let's hear what someone has to say. Paul Day reports on the school shooting. Let's listen to him.
On the roof of the armored car, reached up to him and just barely got a hold of his hands. And then he came sailing out of the window. The weight of his body slammed against the armored car, and they pulled him to safety. He now has been taken to an ambulance and is obviously getting care at this point. As we're talking to you, students, what appear to be dozens of students, Katie, are streaming out of the school now and going for cover with SWAT team officers that are on this side of the building.
We can see the pictures on Copter 4 right now, Paul. You can see some of the students running out, apparently with their hands over their heads.
Right. Been recording all this on videotape. We've never seen anything like this, where somebody has hung out of a window like that and been grabbed by two officers. They just barely got a hold of what appeared to be his hands. And then out he came, and as I say, the weight of his body slammed against the armored car, and they hung on to him so he wouldn't fall to the ground. They pulled him up to the roof, and then quickly took him down to the ground, and then the armored car wheeled away and was quickly joined by two ambulances.
Paul, that's an incredible scene, and once again, a very fortunate scene that we're witnessing right now. A police car coming over to the students who have run out of the school. Their hands are up, obviously, just to demonstrate that they're okay. They all seem to be moving A-okay as well and seem to be okay, perhaps not injured. A lot of police activity right there, as perhaps, it's tough to count, but maybe 30, 40 students have run out of that one end of the school. They've come around into what appears to be the backside. They are still gathered there in the one area of the building.
Here comes another group, same location.
Out from that angle, they're running out of the school with the hands over their head. This is live from our station in Denver, Colorado. And they look desperate and very happy to be out of there, moving very, very quickly.
The kids are racing past these officers and racing to safety. And this is another large group. It appears to number several dozen in number. And as we survey them with binoculars, none of them appear to be hurt. But certainly their condition much different from that one student who was bloodied and was in desperate need of attention and was willing to hang way out of that window until officers could get a hold of him, and then out he came.
Paul, Amy Spohr and Bill Stewart here with you now.
Okay.
We have heard of some relatively minor injuries today, but as we watch this video, it doesn't even look like that has occurred to any of these students. But now we are looking at...
You're correct.
This is KCNC in Denver, our station out there. This is the scene outside the school. Many ambulances and squads ready. Some students apparently still remain inside the school, but we saw about 30 or 40 of them come out. When we have that other picture, please let me know, and we'll go to that right away. This is the exit point where they came out from, where police are waiting. And right now you see the students, many of them, huddled behind a wall. It looks like they're behind an auditorium or gymnasium surrounded by SWAT team members. They're just staying there. They don't want to keep them out in the open. They want you to stay out of the area. You know, that's what they're telling the people in Denver. 19 injured, possibly at this time. We understand one's in very serious condition.
Right, now there's the front entrance to the school. You can see that right there. And off to the left side, as we bring the camera over to the left side, you can see that there's some debris that's been littered. And then over here, this window that's in the center on the first floor, beyond that little blue car, that's where the students have been coming out of. And if we pull the camera back just a little bit more, you can see that officers have taken cover in this particular area of the high school complex. And we'll stay on this for just a moment, trying to figure out exactly what might be going on. That window right there on the bottom, I wish I had a telestrator, but on the bottom, those two windows and the one on the side, that one in the middle, that is where the officers have been going in, and that's where the students have been coming out. That has been the window at the light of the tunnel that has led them to freedom. And then they went up this sidewalk over toward this fire pumper where we had a bunch of officers in the front taking cover right there. You can see there's still a couple of there. And then back over here in this corner is where everyone has safely taken refuge. You can see the great number of students that have come out of the school in the last couple of minutes. I don't know what went on inside there, but wait till we talk to them. Jim, it's going to be an amazing story.
Well, and it sounds like the police, given the nature of everything right now, do not want them to leave that area even even just a few feet away from that area, because as the way they have taken cover, it seems like something is about to happen here. Again, we were told that the suspects were on the second floor of the school. Is that your understanding, Tony?
Well, that's one report that we have, and let's put the camera back in over here and see if we can see any activity up on the second floor. You can see some of the blinds are down, some of them are up, and I think somebody is coming out of this window here. I think we may have somebody coming out of the window here. This is, again, the same area where the students have fled for safety, just dozens of them, out of this particular area. And I don't know if this party is waving for some help or what he's waving for, but his hands are now up in the air, and he is making some type of motion and looking back inside of the high school. I'm not sure what this all means. Maybe there's somebody inside there that needs some help. Okay, now he's walking down to the other window.
Mitch, real quick, in the last 5 to 10 minutes, we have seen roughly 30 to 50 students run to safety from the high school. Is there a staging area that these students are being taken to at this point? Are they filtering by you? Any idea from your vantage point what is happening to these large groups of students which are able to run to safety?
Good point. The one thing I did hear a moment ago is that there were 30 to 50 students, and they were taken out of the south cafeteria exit. And I believe from the police that was just the quickest, most expedient way for them to exit that area. I don't know that that was necessarily the direction of choice. That was just a way to get them out of there.
The layout of the school, it is a big building, as you can tell from that Air Tracker 7 video, but apparently the cafeteria is on the first floor on the southwest side. If you've been in suspense wondering about that person who was on the second story near the window, coming out the window that we showed earlier, that was the library above the cafeteria on the southwest side of the building. The person hanging from that window earlier was in the library. And that's a very disturbing video. I don't know if we're going to go back to that or not. But we will, of course, cover the story and bring you every other possible angle on it.
We once again go to a live shot from Air Tracker 7 showing the very large facility, which is Columbine High School.
Somewhat of a relief. A short time ago, within the half an hour, we saw as many as 36 students leave the school. They ran out of the school, and police were with them, and they appeared to be physically okay because they were able to walk and run away from the school.
Over their heads, once again, another healthy trot moving out to safety. And as Mr. Baker said, this is a very large school we're talking about now, 1,800 to 2,000 students. And as those SWAT team members go from room to room, they have a lot of room to cover. Those gunmen could be hiding anywhere in this very large school. About 2 hours ago, they received the blueprints of the school, so they are going over the makeup of the school with a fine-tooth comb and keeping everyone safe at the same time while looking for what we understand is probably 2 suspects right now.
We're just hearing from Denver SWAT now that they've asked all the EMTs in the area to get to Columbine High School as soon as possible because they have, quote, numerous victims inside the school.
A school of 1,800 people. We are hearing from police that about 95% of the students possibly did get out okay, but that still leaves an awful lot that they're not sure of right now. We are getting reports just in that all the emergency crews in that area have been sent to the school to respond. Again, we're hearing reports that some students were very critically injured. Some hit multiple times. There are reports just in. One girl shot 9 times in the chest. Another boy shot 5 times.
10 to 15, we have not seen many students running from Columbine High School, and traditionally you'd be on the other end of that where they put them in the bus and then take them over to Leawood Elementary. Are you seeing those buses still pulling up?
No, we're not. Probably the last bus that we saw pull up with some students in pulled up maybe 20 or so minutes ago. So we're not seeing that right now. But what's happening is those students who have arrived are going through the school, getting reunited with their parents and going home.
Including the one girl whom you know about, who was shot 9 times. Others wounded were trapped inside for hours, as we have been reporting, and we are continuing to monitor the situation from Columbine High School as police SWAT teams continue to check the area.